Alright, back again, Luke here. And today we've got out the old PC Engine Duo R, and I figured we could put in this game here. Magical Chase. So, let's pop this in and play some of that. Now this game here is another one of those cute 'em ups for the old PC Engine. We'll turn this on. It's got a very small intro, but we'll let it roll through here. And there's our intro. So what it'll do is just jump in here to demo mode, and one good thing about this demo mode I can show you is if you'll notice in the bottom lower left hand corner, you'll see the points, and next to the points you'll see the amount of money. Now when you start off the game, you don't start off with very much money, you don't start off with very many hearts, and this can make the game really difficult, especially depending on which setting you put it on. So what we're going to do here at the beginning is I'll show you guys a couple of cool tricks, a couple of secrets in the game here that you can do to help your way through the game, as well as enjoy a little bit of music. What we'll do first here is we'll start it up, and you'll be presented with this mode here, which will ask you if you want to do the easy mode, you want to do the kind of exciting mode, or the panic mode. Now each one of these modes has a different length, so if you do the Daku Daku mode, this is only going to bring you up until about the end of the third stage, and then it'll say your adventure ends here. So you have to go on to the more difficult levels in order to get through the game. Now the really hard part about this is that as soon as you put it on more of the difficult mode, it will increase the difficulty quite a bit, and if you're not really familiar with the game or you don't have enough money, you won't be able to make it through it. So skills and money are a big key. Before we get into the game here, one thing that I wanted to show you was there is a music mode. You'll notice here there's no way to check it, but there is a music mode. What you have to do at this screen here is you have to press, in this particular order, you have to press left, down, right, up, select 1, 2, 3, and then left, right, and the second button. Ooh, and I did that wrong. Let's try this again. Let's see about resetting it. Ah, come on, reset. There we go. So let's try this again. You have to do it in a specific order here in order to get to the music select mode here. It has to be a little bit faster, so let's try this one more time. So left, down, right, up, 1, 2, 3, left, right, 2. Now you can see down at the bottom here, you can switch into the different soundtracks, and you can go through and listen to the different soundtracks, which is kind of a cool little option here. But just something cool that they've included in the game, and it's something if you don't know the code for, you can't really get a chance to listen to this stuff. But what we're going to do once again is let's try to reset it here. Might be better just to turn it off. Let's turn it off and turn it back on. The next one that I'm going to show you here is a secret to give you a lot of money at the beginning of the game. Now, once again, I said that this game is hard. It really is hard depending on the amount of money you have. It can get more and more difficult. So this is a cheat here that'll help you to get through the game. Let's start this up one more time. And we're going to go back to our main menu here. This is the same one as before, and we're going to do the same kind of pattern, only at the end we're going to press button 1. So we're going to go left, down, woo. I think I might have messed this one up. Left, down, right, up. 1, 2, 3. Left, right. There we go. So when you hear that doo-doo-doo-doo, that means that the password was input correct. And like I had mentioned here with the Daku Daku mode, it's only going to let you go through the first 3 stages. So let's go into Waku Waku mode. And notice the money at the bottom of the screen when we get into the game. At the bottom, you can see we have quite a bit of money now. And this money is going to come in very handy when we go to buy stuff at the shops. Now, the main buttons here are just going to be your number 2 button, and you're going to use that quite a bit. As you can see, I'm just getting hit here for no reason. You can put this on turbo if you like. You have to be careful with the number 2 turbo button though. If you leave it on, what it'll do is it'll use up any special items that you have over in the bottom right hand corner. You'll notice there are some boxes with some lines through it. Once you buy those items from the shop, they'll exist in your bottom corner, and if you do have the turbo mode on, you can wind up using them all at once. So here's the shop, and once again, if you have a lot of money, you can go here and you can buy whatever items you want. Now at the beginning here, it'll show you the different kind of items. You can only equip one item at a time, so if you were to buy the Balkan, you can't buy the 3-way, or if you decide to buy the 3-way, it'll kind of skip over the Balkan, so you just want to get one at a time up here. So buy this one here, just pressing the number 2 button. It's 500, yep. And this one here is kind of like a flash. It'll stun the enemies. This one is one that I found comes in very, very handy, this heart here. And it'll refill 2 hearts. So you can look at the bottom of our screen here. We're just going to keep buying a whole bunch of them. Now once again, this is completely cheating. If you play this game without it, it's very, very difficult. At the bottom here, this will allow you to buy more hearts. So the ones on the far right will refill your hearts. This will give you another heart. But you'll notice the price will go up on this substantially. So we bought one, now it's gone up to 1,000. A second one, 1,500. Second, there's another one, 25, and the very last one is sold out. So you can see we're completely sold out with that. And that's never gonna go away, but what will go away are the hearts on the bottom right-hand corner. This power here will fill up all of your hearts, and it's something that it'll do only in here. So you can't use it at a later date. Later ones will allow you to, there'll be a potion bottle, and that'll refill you once you get down to death, basically. This one here, you can increase your speed. So we'll jump out of here, jump back into the game. And you can notice all of those hearts there are completely gone. The reason why is because I have switch number 2 on my on turbo, so that's what you have to be very careful about, because it only takes a couple of seconds and they're all gone. So if you don't have unlimited money, it can be a complete waste. So right now the turbo button is off. If you play this game safe, you'll make it very far in the game. If you play it sloppy, like I am right now, you're not going to get very far at all. This is horrible, actually. So, but the game is not. The game is very, very nice. Fantastic game. And it's a game that fetches a ridiculous price. It really does. If you're looking to pick this game up, Japanese version, you're looking at paying at least around $300, $350 or so for it. If you're thinking about picking up the US version, you might be out of luck, because that will cause, or that'll cost you about a couple grand or something. So you'll notice the lollipops there too. If I crawl over one of those lollipops, it'll refill some of my hearts a little bit. So the blue things here, these blue gems are money. So down here, this is what will refill your life if you wind up dying. So if you lose all of your power, it'll automatically refill it. So it's something that you want to pick up if it has an option. Sometimes it's not always given. You'll notice it's down here in the bottom left next to your hearts. So I'll go and pick up some more of these just for fun. And this one, a couple of these. Alright. I personally like to get the hearts myself, just because they're much better for refilling power. But you'll notice with all the money that we have, it's pretty good. It's not a problem until you die, because once you start dying, you lose all your money. You don't lose all of the money, but all the money that you spent beforehand. So playing the game safely is a big thing. And you don't always have to go into the shop there, but here we're coming up on our first boss. but the game is hard. Like I said, this is on a bit of a harder setting right now than the first one. So you'll notice that some of the attack moves by the enemies too will change. Let's see if we can... That one will stun the enemy, usually. As far as bosses, I don't think it works so well on bosses, but he's almost gone anyway. There we go. People have made mention about the game looking similar to Cotton, and it does have those kind of Cotton aspects to it, a little bit of a Cotton feel to it, but it is a really fun game, and extremely challenging, but outrageously expensive, so anyone who's going out there to try and put this in their collection should try and get a hold of it right now while it's still ridiculously expensive before it goes insanely expensive in the near future. Nonetheless, just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of a look at what Magical Chase looks like here for the old PC Engine, and a wonderful, fun little cute 'em up for the system at an insane price. But that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching. Woo, watching some cute 'em up power. There are some parts where you can get some big bonus points if you can quickly kill some of these enemies coming up here. I think there's a couple of cats. We'll just skip over this just so I can show you guys a little bit more of the game without going to the shop. Here's our kind of sub-boss. He can be a bit of a pain. Looks like he throws out giant logs at you. If you don't beat him, I believe he disappears, as do most of these sub-bosses. Yeah. And if you do beat him, they give you some good power-ups or some good amounts of money. Like here. Yeah, you hear... Should be able to see that again. I believe that is a bit of a bonus there. One thing about the game, though, is if you do die halfway through the game or halfway through the stage, you have to start from the beginning of the stage again, so it really does push you. Just some really great music. Keep you going in the game here. Coming up on our boss. This boss isn't too bad. The top part will pop out here once we get him down to enough hits. But it's much more difficult when you put it on the hard mode than it is with the easy mode. The amount of hits will change substantially. Here's our... Gotta watch out for that. There we go. Extremely sloppy once again. But just trying to rush through here so you guys can see a little bit more of the game. You'll notice that my life potion there was already used. Yay! But this is probably one of those really difficult games to talk and play at the same time. Kamikaze done. Kamikaze. Here we go. This stage can be quite intense. You just gotta keep up close and avoid getting hit, because you don't want to fall too far behind. There's a couple of parts in the game in this stage where it'll speed up, and once it speeds up, then it will kind of crush you behind. So try and stay up close as much as possible. A little bit of some candy. You'll notice that only some characters will give you candy here for life. Everyone else will be out to take it from you. This is where it speeds up just a bit. I'm getting hit quite a bit. I think we'll probably wind up dying off here. Yep, there we go. So there's the end of that. Just a little bit of a look at the game here. It says, do you want to try it again or just give up? So it'll count it down. But nonetheless, if you guys stuck on this long, then great. But that's about all for right now. So catch you guys again next time.